It's 6:43 in the morning. This is the day before my 50K race at Antelope Canyons in Page, Arizona. And when this posts, I'll be in the middle of my run. It starts at 5 a.m. tomorrow. This is dropping at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Saturday. So I'll be in the middle of the race, and hopefully it's going well. I think at that point, 3 hours in, I'll be hurting. But I wanted to post this video to, one, kind of for me, because I want to reflect back on what I was thinking before the race. It's interesting, all the anxieties and weird pains and stuff that happen when races get closer, at least for me. I went on a 2 mile shakeout run this morning and I'm wheezing. I haven't had like an asthma attack in years, so I'm kind of wondering what that's about. I also get like migraines and headaches the week of races. I didn't get one this week, but I think I'm also not taking this race as seriously. I think that has something to do with it. I haven't raced seriously for a year or more, and so I'm trying to not be a fluke. Like, I've set a couple course records and won a few races, ran a sub 3 hour marathon, and then the next marathon a year later I ran a 3:18. Just started to get burned out. I ran a 50K a year ago and just knew I needed to take time off. So I felt like I've been doing the right things to be able to compete seriously, and now I'm racing tomorrow. So part of me isn't that worried about it because a finish is still a finish, and I've done 50Ks before. But the other part of me, the competitor, is like, no, like, this is, you're competing seriously for a podium spot or first place. And I think part of what happened was when I was looking at the average winning times for this race, I thought it was like 4 hours, which I wouldn't be able to do right now, especially with the 2,600 feet of vertical gain. And I was looking at these times like several months ago. And then this week I started looking at the times again from the previous years, and I realized that I misread it. Like, it was basically reading at the second to last checkpoint, or first to, like, a checkpoint before the finish is when people were crossing that one around 4 hours. That's when they were getting to that checkpoint. And then like about an hour later they'd be finishing. So it's really 5 hours, and I think that's manageable. Here's the thing though, I don't know much about the course. I meant to get out there, but I just didn't make the 2.5 hour drive during the training block because, I don't know, life, right? Things came up, and I wasn't taking it too seriously. This 50K is more for a 100-mile race. But I've heard that it's very sandy and you're running in slot canyons. Like, you're actually climbing up ladders in certain points to get in and out of slot canyons. And so if it's super sandy and there's that element of slot canyons, I imagine it's a much slower course. Like, even in the race guide, the race director's like, hey, you're not going to PR your 50K at this race. So maybe I'm overzealous, but I feel like I can compete for a podium spot and maybe even win it. I always think that. Like, every race, I'm thinking that. Even if it's like, I mean, unless it's like super popular marathons, I'm not running like a 2:05 marathon. So I don't really think about it during marathons. But like these ultras, I do feel like there's space for me to win, especially now realizing I misread what the winning times were over previous years. But I might show up and just be miserable. I mean, I'm wheezing this morning after my run, and so I might show up and just not be there yet. And that's okay. I can live with that because I really just feel like I'm getting back. I'm not where I was as a runner. Um, but I also don't want to be a coward, and I don't want to stray away from pushing and doing my best. And a lot of the times when I do my best, it's because I'm thinking about winning. I know winning's not everything. I get it. People tell me that all the time. But when you're competing against people, that drives the best of you, right? When there's two really great or several really great runners in a race, they are pushing each other to the limits. When I won a 50-mile race, the fact that there was this guy who won it the previous year that I was hunting down made me push, and I caught him. And so um, I know competition in a lot of situations brings out the best in people. So anyways, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. I have to work today and then drive like 2 hours and 40 minutes to Page, Arizona. They have the whole race check-in thing tonight, and then I'll be racing in the morning. So we'll see how it goes. And I really hope it's not incredibly painful. Like, it's going to suck, but I just hope I'm not miserable from the beginning, because that happened with the last 50K I raced, and I think that's when I realized I was burned out. So I feel like part of this is redemption in, am I burned out, or can I compete? Like, my track workouts are great, that's awesome, but can I run hard for hours straight? And I guess that's what we'll see tomorrow. I might blow up, I might not be ready. I still feel very new to trails, but I mean, why not show up and try and learn from it? And then I have around a month, a little over a month until I have my 100-miler in April. So we'll see from there. So if you're watching this, appreciate your time, and if you like running content, that's what this channel is about. So feel free to subscribe, and if not, I still hope you get something out of my videos, and I hope I get to see you in another video sometime soon. Peace.